Hey guys, Tiffany Ofili Porter here, where I discuss all things life after sport. This video is going to be a 2-for-1. It's going to be a get ready with me, realistic, everyday makeup that I go to when I'm stepping out and deciding to actually put makeup on, and a little bit of a hack as to why my makeup routine is so quick, which is essentially because I got my eyebrows microbladed. So I'll talk a little bit about my experience getting microblading and some of the benefits that I have experienced now 4 years into the experience. So if that video sounds interesting, make sure you continue to watch.
Balancing motherhood with medals on her chest. She's proven that greatness knows no rest. Representing the countries with pride she stands.
All right, so you guys, it is 8:15. My daughter has dance class at 9 o'clock, and it is about 15 minutes away, so I don't have very much time. You're gonna see in real time just how quickly I do my makeup. So like I mentioned, my eyebrows are micro shaded. I got these done in 2021. It was one of the best decisions that I made for myself as like just my self-care cosmetic regimen, and I've been loving it. So let's go ahead and get this thing started. Before I got my eyebrows micro shaded, I would essentially do them myself. Sometimes I would tweeze my eyebrows to the shape that I like. Sometimes I would use this eyebrow shaver, but I was not one of the girlies who ever like really got them done. I'm a big DIYer. If I can achieve a look and achieve it well, because that's also key. I'm not gonna like skimp out for like a couple of dollars. If I can achieve it well, I'm gonna do it myself. So I have been doing my eyebrows for forever. So I like thicker, darker eyebrows, and I wanted to get them professionally done. So I did some research, found a girl in Detroit, Dearborn, that essentially has a shop, and she does amazing work. She trains people. She's like a master brow person, and she has a master class, and she has women who work in her permanent cosmetic salon who also do the same thing. So did my research, tried to get in with her. She was like booking months out and charged like $850, something crazy. So I went to one of her understudies, Caitlin. I don't think she's any longer with Natty B. That's the name of the place, but she did amazing work. So this is gonna be a quick get ready with me. I do the LA Girl Pro Concealer around my eyebrows. Sometimes with microblading, you don't even need to do that because your eyebrows are already shaped. This is just because I have a long day and I'm going to be out, so I want them to pop a little bit more than normal, but this completely is not necessary. And in fact, if I'm not going somewhere kind of like special, I don't do this step like most days. But like I said, today's going to be a long day. So anyway, I went to her. It was right before the Olympics in 2021. By the way, for those of you who are new here, I am a former professional athlete, and I ran track professionally for 12 years. So I attended 3 Olympic Games. On my final Olympic Games, I wanted my eyebrows to be popping on that camera. So I went and got them microbladed. And did it hurt? Not really. Now, I'm somebody that does have a pretty high pain tolerance. I'm just gonna blend it out with this brush. I don't even know what the brand of the brush is, guys. Again, everyday makeup. And my pain tolerance is very high, and it didn't hurt to me. I've done laser hair removal. That's a little bit more uncomfortable. I'll talk about my laser hair removal experience as well if you guys are interested in all the different things that I've done kind of for self-care. I've also had eye surgery to help with me not needing contacts, but all of these little things that might appear to be subtle changes definitely have made a difference in my day-to-day, my quality of life, my confidence, my time. So let's get into the actual 6 benefits that I've experienced firsthand from having my eyebrows shaded. So number 1, you have the natural looking results, right? If I didn't tell you I had my eyebrows shaded, you would just think, oh, you must have just drawn them in before this video. And it's like, no, this is just how I wake up. I woke up like this. So, excuse me. So you get that realistic, fuller looking brow tailored to my face shape. Now, they are extremely diligent and specific in the mapping out of your face when they go to determine what look that you are going for with your brows. I just wet my beauty blender a little bit because I use this Rimmel London Stay Matte Full Coverage Mattifying Foundation, and it is a little bit thicker, so I like to have it a little bit thinned out by the water. Now this stuff goes a long way. I use that much for my whole face. And honestly, I could even use half of that. It is buildable depending on how long I need my makeup to be covered for. But they are very specific in how they map out your face and kind of what your brows are going to look like. So one thing she did have me do is come to the consultation or like the first appointment, how with my eyebrows shaped the way I wanted them to essentially be. And this is the exact shape that I pretty much always went for. And that's important because she wants to know what your natural propensity is for the look of your brows, as well as she'll work with you to kind of determine what the perfect shape will be long-term. Because remember, this is, they call it semi-permanent, but essentially it's permanent makeup. It's gonna fade over time. I'll get to that later, but you certainly do wanna make sure that you are okay with the shape before they do it. I believe they even draw it in for you to make sure that you're okay with it, you're happy with it. They draw all these lines to make sure that it's very precise and to make sure that, you know, they are doing it as perfectly as humanly possible. And yeah, you guys agree on it. So that is one thing that I loved, the attention to detail and the time that they took to do the mapping out process. It certainly made a difference in the end. That a first appointment is a little long because, you know, that does take a little bit of time, but so necessary. These are, again, permanent eyebrows. I'm going back in with that concealer under my eyes. I'm not taking my time with this makeup because, y'all, my makeup routine is really quick. Like I said, I don't have very much time. So this is like my quick and dirty makeup routine when I want to do a little razzle dazzle, but not too much. So this kind of helps to brighten underneath my eyes. I use that foundation kind of as a base for the very minimal eyeshadow that I'm going to use. And that kind of just helps with the overall, like, my makeup staying all day. So anyway, the natural look was one thing that I really wanted to go for. It's the biggest compliment when folks are like, oh, I didn't know you had your eyebrows done. I'm like, that's kind of the point. You don't want them to be so outrageous where it's like, girl, what is going on here? Why do you have those big caterpillars on your eye? Unless that's what your look is, that's what you like, that's not really necessarily my style. The next benefit, to be honest, which I may have put this as number one because this is one of the biggest benefits to me, is that it saves me time. As you can see, I mean, I'm talking a lot, so this makeup routine is gonna take a little bit longer because of this video, but literally can be done with my makeup in 5 minutes. But time to me is my most valuable asset, right? It's limited, it's finite, so you don't have unlimited time, obviously. So the fact that I can kind of wake up and go feel a little bit put together, you know, brows kind of frame your face and, you know, not have to sit there and actually draw them on every day, number one benefit for me. So it eliminates that daily brow filling with pencils, powders, or gels. Now, I will say, again, time has kind of always been of the essence for me. So I never really spent that much time filling them in. But I mean, even 2 minutes when you're rushing or trying to go about your day, that adds up, right? I'm going in with this very basic, it's even broken, but listen, it gets the job done. Wet n Wild color icon. I essentially only use that gold and that like bronze color as my eyeshadow because it's very natural. It just gives you that glowy look without doing too much. Like, it's 9 o'clock in the morning. I'm not about to go do a full smoky eye. So this is my go-to eyeshadow. But yeah, to say the time saving aspect has been a game changer for me. I absolutely love the fact that I can kind of just wake up and go. Next benefit that I love is that they're long lasting. So what happens is you get them done and then you kind of go in and get a touch up, I think after like 6 weeks, to just kind of make sure that it's very like established on your face. I'm going in with this Ruby Kisses waterproof eyeliner, and I got this from like a local beauty supply. It's okay. I used to use the Sephora one. I think this is kind of a dupe for the Sephora one. This one doesn't last as long, but it's a fraction of the price. I kind of just buy them in bulk, and I don't necessarily need my eyeshadow to be like crazy long lasting. I can just refill it in, not a big deal to me. So yes, you get that initial fill in and then you're good. I didn't even go back until 2023. So almost 2.5 years. Okay, I can say 2 because it was like the summer of 2021 and then like the fall of 2023 that I went back for my first fill-in. But that essentially, let's call it 2 years later, and they were still great condition. And 2023 was my last time doing it. It's 2025, nearly 2 years, and they're still looking good. Now, I do like that super crisp, a little bit darker look that you get when you first get them done and first get them redone. So next time I'm in Michigan, I'll probably go. I am pregnant right now, for those of you who haven't been watching my videos. So they do not recommend you doing it while pregnant or breastfeeding. So that's something that I kind of need to work around my schedule. I'm going in with the NECAC New York pressed powder in the color Walnut 106. And this is like my go-to. I love the consistency, color of it. It's like almost done. So it's like like little left and it's even all like crunched up. So, but it still gets the job done. And yeah, this is good. It's like my everyday makeup, like I mentioned. I wouldn't necessarily say everyday because like I did with the eyebrows, filling them in, that certainly does add a little bit extra time to the process. And yeah, I like this color because it's like my fall, early summer, winter color. Sometimes when I get very tan and darker during the summer month, it can be a little bit light. But y'all, you don't need to spend $1 million on your makeup to have it looking good. You just have to know the techniques. But let me go back because I'm almost done with my makeup and I want to give you guys all of these benefits of doing this micro shading. Now, there is a distinction between micro shading and micro blading. Micro shading essentially is what I did because I had a decent amount of lashes. They were light, but they were still there. So micro shading is where they just kind of use your actual hair strokes and shade in the hair. Micro blading is where they do like individual eye strokes. And I think that was really a lot more popular back in the day, but a lot of like permanent cosmetic makeup artists are moving more towards either just a full-on micro shading or kind of a hybrid combination of the two. But again, any licensed cosmetic, makeup, tattoo artist, or whatever you want to call them is going to know what makes the most sense for you and kind of what your eyebrows starting off point is. But number 4, they're water resistant, which kind of goes without saying. They're permanent. They're essentially tattoos, so they won't smudge from sweating or swimming. And even though that's like a duh, like obviously, you still have to take that into consideration because when you're filling your eyebrows in, this is actually the exact pencil that I used to use, the Wet n Wild color, I don't even know what it is, in the color of dark brown, 603A. And I used to keep it very simple, but this would do wonders. I never used black because it just looked way too dark. Some people like that look, not necessarily my vibe. So I always used dark brown. I'm going in with this blush, also the Knack New York from the Beauty Supply. This was from the Beauty Supply. A lot of these things are from the Beauty Supply actually. And the color is MP613 Grapefruit. It's a mineral blush. I love blush. I know some of the girlies don't necessarily use it anymore, but I just feel like it adds a lot of dimension to your face, makes those cheekbones pop, and just makes it look like, oh, you are really put together with very little effort. But yes, guys, the water resistant part is very important to consider, especially if you're a person who sweats and goes to the gym a lot. Like I was a professional athlete. I was sweating 6 days a week when I was doing my workouts. And sometimes you don't want to be sweating off your eyebrows. You want to make sure that you can find something that's permanent, that's going to last you long. So definitely a huge benefit that sometimes people don't necessarily think about when they are thinking about eyebrows. Number 5, they're customizable. So I mentioned before how they spend that amount of time at the beginning really ensuring that your makeup, that your eyebrows are mapped out to your face. I even think they use like an app now where they can like map out the whole face to get that symmetry and make sure that the top proportions are just in alignment. Like they take their time, and again, rightfully so. So you can talk to your permanent makeup artist on the shape, the color, and the density, and you can kind of make sure that they're matched to your facial features and your preferences. Now, one thing they sometimes do, I'm going in another time with the bronzer, highlighter, the NK Perfection, NK M05 in the color Inca. And I always do this kind of on top of that blush, on the very top of my cheekbones, just to give a little bit extra razzle dazzle. And it just really makes your cheeks pop, and it looks really good in photos. I don't do too much with that. Sometimes I'll go in my nose, and if I'm trying to go out, I'll do above the eyebrows. But again, this is like 8 o'clock in the morning. We're not going to be doing too much. But yeah, certainly do love the fact that the eyebrows are customizable. So you don't, my sister, for example, shout out to my sister, hey girl, if you're watching this video, go ahead and comment at the bottom that you finished watching my videos, because she likes to skip through them. But yeah, essentially she was like, what if I want to change the shape of my brows? But I'm like, to be honest, you literally, when you fill in your eyebrows, you wear the same shape of brows every single time. So, I mean, some people don't like the permanence of them and don't like the fact that they are kind of like a long-term solution to eyebrows. And if that's you, then don't get them done until you are sure that it's going to fit you and your lifestyle and your preferences. But if you're somebody like me who literally, I'm an eyebrow snob. Like eyebrows to me really are just like what frames the face. So that's like the most important thing that I would do on my makeup first and foremost before I did anything else. If I was leaving the house and I had to just do 2 things on my face, it would have been eyebrows and lip gloss, because that's definitely very important. Next thing, Maybelline, the Colossal mascara. It is waterproof. Next time once this runs out, I'm not gonna get waterproof anymore, because I just feel like it's annoying when I wash my face after the fact to have to be scrubbing my eyes and using, if you're a person who uses makeup remover, I just wash my face. It just takes time, and I don't really know why I got the waterproof. Like, I don't cry a lot, even though I have been crying a lot these days with the grief from losing my dad, but typically I'm not a big crier, so I don't really need waterproof mascara. But anyway, I digress. The last benefit that I really love from having my eyebrows micro bladed is it gives you that confidence boost, baby. Like, there is something to be said about being able to just wake up and walk out of your house with bare face and feel confident and comfortable in your skin. Now, a big hack to having good makeup and just, feeling your best is to actually start from the base and have good skincare. Let me know down in the comments if you want me to go through my very minimalist, and when I say minimalist, y'all, it's very minimalist kind of skincare routine, because I do have pretty clear skin, which I'm very proud of. A big part of it is genetics, drinking water, and minding my business. But I say all that to say, having your eyebrows done just really does give you a boost of confidence. At least that has been the case for me. So I've been a huge proponent. I've recommended people to Natty B's salon just because of the amazing work that she does. And even me living here in Kansas City, I certainly will be back to her salon to do my touch up kind of after I have this baby, okay? Next up is just a rose hip oil tint gloss. I 90% of the time have gloss on. Sometimes if I'm stepping out and it's like nighttime, I will do my, lipstick or lip stains to kind of elevate it, but who's about to wear lipstick at 8 o'clock in the morning? But just going back to that confidence boost of the eyebrows, fuller brows can enhance your facial symmetry. I've said it like 3 times, that it frames your face. Like, somebody could be having a bad hair day, they could be having, just not the best day, but if your eyebrows are done, at least for me, I feel like it just gives me a little extra something to go about my day. So it can give you a more youthful appearance as well. So those are the 6 benefits of having gotten micro blading. I feel very confident to be able to speak to it now, 4 years in from having them done initially. And with having really only truly one touch up, I think they are still looking pretty good. And this is obviously the final look. Like I said, okay, it's 8:35, so I have like 5 minutes to throw out my clothes. I'm going to keep my hair down today. After I drop off my daughter, you guys, I'm going to run to the thrift store for some projects I'm doing in my children's rooms. I'm looking for some very specific niched things. And then after that, I have a sorority chapter meeting. I have a girls swim party today. So it's going to be a full day. And I appreciate you guys kind of getting ready with me. I hope this video was useful. But yeah, this is the final look, y'all. I would say my 5-minute makeup, but this video is going to end up being about 20 minutes long. And it's because I was talking a lot, not because it takes me 20 minutes to do my makeup. But let me know down in the comments if there's anything you want me to elaborate on. One thing I think I'm gonna do is kind of a twist out video. This is a week-old twist out and it's still going strong. Not twist out, grayed out on my sister locks. But yeah, let me know down in the comments what you thought about this video. If you like these chit chat, get ready with me's. And if there's anything else that you want to see on my channel, let me know and we can make it happen. Thank you so much for tuning in, guys, and I will see you in the next video. Peace.